All right, I am going to do this as a live broadcast, and I am not sure how many people we'll have in the call, but I'll go ahead and get started so I'm not wasting any time because it'll record me as we go. So today I want to talk about the concept of standing in your own power or standing your own ground. I know it's a topic that gets thrown around a lot, but I'm not sure if everyone always gets what they are looking for when we talk about this. So as I go through, if anyone pops in and has any questions, you can put it in the Q&A and I'll answer them as we go. So what I want to talk about on the spiritual basis, standing in your own power. And this is really important coming up this year. So if you follow a lot of spiritualists, intuitives, teachers, anything like that, a lot of people are discussing this idea of an awakening or an ascension. So we have this huge wave of energy coming through, and it's going to start manifesting major changes in the world, in our own lives, in others' lives, in our relationships, what we do for work, how we feel about things that we may have been comfortable with in the past that no longer serve us, and how are we going to get through those. So one of the tools that you can use is this idea of standing in your own power. And what that really is you figuring out exactly what you want, knowing what's in alignment with your spirit, and then making that happen no matter what others say. And it's really challenging at times, especially when it's someone that you really care about, but you disagree. Or if you're in a relationship that you've been in for a while and it no longer serves you, it can be scary to try and move past that. So what I would invite you to do is stand in your own power. So what does that mean? What is your own power? So it's a phrase that we use to represent standing your ground or being not necessarily dominant, but being very clear on your intention. Putting it out there to the universe what you want, and then not taking no for an answer. So being assertive, being certain in what you're doing. A lot of times people do take it to the extreme. In society now, we teach everyone that they should kind of be kind. They should be benevolent to others. We should be compassionate. And a lot of times people mistake all of those things to mean that you can't have your own power and you can't stand your ground, you can't be assertive, that you should just be passive and everything kind of roll off your shoulders and let it go. And a lot of people miss the opportunity to be powerful in the sense of not necessarily being unkind, but being the blunt or the honest person in certain situations that that should take place. So for example, say that you have a coworker that you absolutely don't agree with. You never agree on anything. You both have proposals, you both have ideas, you both put them out there. They're always telling you how your ideas are dumb, downplaying you, and making you feel inferior or less than. What you have to recognize is that you're allowing them to play you like a puppet. When you give up that power and you kind of slump down, you don't stand up for yourself, and you just say, sure, your idea is better than mine, I completely agree with everything that you're saying. What you're doing is you're belittling yourself. They're not doing it anymore. You're doing it to you. So being able to look at those concepts, being able to accept that you're doing those and be aware is one of the major steps in standing in your power. Being aware that you're allowing someone to play you like a puppet or to pull your strings. And then what you should do in that situation, you shouldn't be hateful, you shouldn't be unkind, but to say, you could say, I appreciate your ideas and I like some of it, I don't agree with all of it, and that's okay. That's your view. That's your point of view, and I have mine. And I feel that my idea is better and worth consideration. What you're doing, if you're in a situation like that, by you asking, or you simply saying, I understand your point of view, here's mine. even just that little bit, you're taking back that power. And it can be exhilarating. And you'd be amazed at how different your life can be when you choose to stand and own your power. When you decide what you want is significant and that there is nothing in the world that should prevent you from having anything and everything that you should want or that you feel you're being intuitively guided to or spiritually guided to have. And that leads me to this concept of being an infinite being. And I use that term a lot, but I've never really explained my thought processes on what that means. So being an infinite being, being infinite itself is like infinity. Being boundless, being limitless, being omnipresent, being omnipotent, having power, standing in a circumstance, seeing all possibilities, seeing all opportunities, being completely, totally open to anything and everything that comes your way, and owning that power, you making the choice, you being aware that you have the choices, and you accepting or allowing those things to take place and recognizing that it's something that you chose. And that is a lesson that I'm currently learning. I am by no means perfect. I just heard today, and it's a great concept that we are all students and teachers at the same time in every situation. I completely, totally agree with that. And so it's one of those thought processes that we are here to make change. We're here to create reality and to manifest what we want. We make choices that create our reality. And then we have to be able to stand in that power to take responsibility, take accountability, and recognize what we're creating. What are we putting out there? Who are we? What do we want to be? What do I want? How am I going to get it? And then once you recognize those things, being aware and allowing changes to take place. So say that you're in a really bad relationship, maybe even an abusive relationship. Many times we'll see that when someone gets abused, it's not easy for them to get out of that relationship. Or they'll report it, they'll get out of it for a little bit, and then they'll jump right back in. Or they'll be stuck in this loop. And when you look at those ideas and you look at those from an outside perspective, we tend to get confused. We don't really understand where this person's coming from, and we just think, oh, they do all of this to you, and you go back. And you don't deserve that. And what we struggle with in understanding as humans is that when they go back, they're making that choice. They chose to go back. And so allowing them, you can be there to support them, you can push them along, you can embrace them, you can hold them, you can do all of those things. But then you really have to allow them to learn the lessons that they're meant to learn or that they're choosing to learn, and trust in spirit and the universe to guide them where they need to be. And I know that that's an extremely intense situation. And as I'm speaking, I can feel a really heavy energy. And right now there aren't any viewers. So that means one of you eventually are going to watch this, and you may have this, you may be in this situation or know someone in this situation. So really look at that. Look at what you're doing. Are you allowing, if you're in that situation, are you allowing someone to have that power over you? Are you allowing someone to tell you what to do and what you should and shouldn't do, who you should and shouldn't talk to, and really control your life? Or are you taking control of your life and doing what you need to do for you? And I'm going to try, as part of my training, I've taken the Access Bars courses through Access Consciousness. And there is a tool that they use that's called a clearing statement. And if you want to learn more about that, it's theclearingstatement.com. And I've been posting a few of these things as we go through, and I do my tarot readings, my oracle card readings and things, or just random posts when I have something come up. So since there was a little heavy energy there, I do want to try one of those. So what I want you to do is ask yourself, what have you made so violent and so vital about being in a relationship that you would rather be in a negative relationship than to be without one? Everything that is times a godzillion, where you destroy and uncreate that, please. Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, on 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. And again, that last piece there is the clearing statement through Access Consciousness. You can learn more about that and sign up for emails at theclearingstatement.com. So moving into this idea of doing what you need to do for you, standing in your own power, that also comes up with this idea of extreme self-care. And that's another term that gets thrown around a lot. So what exactly is self-care? So self-care is taking the time to recognize that you need time for you in order for you to either regain your physical health, your emotional health, spiritual health, your life connection, whatever it may be. So recognizing that it is okay to step back, to kind of wash your hands of situations that aren't serving you, and you to set with an energy and say, what do I need in my life? What do I want? How am I going to get it? And what's preventing me from doing that? So let's do another clearing statement here. So anything that you have made so vital or so significant that has prevented you from achieving everything that you so desire with total ease, will you destroy and uncreate it now? Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all nine, shorts, boys, and beyonds. I'm going to say that one more time. What have you made so vital and significant that prevents you from having everything that you desire with total ease? Everything that prevents that. Times a godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it now, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all nine, shorts, boys, and beyonds. All right, so to wrap this up, I don't want this to be too long of a video. So standing in your own power, really be, I had a recent client and I had this visualization, I want to share it with you. This concept, kind of like in the Brother Bear film, where you transform yourself into this white light ferocious mama bear or papa bear. So when you feel like someone's playing you or pulling your strings, you turn into that ferocious bear. You stand your ground. You don't hate. You don't be unkind. You be kind and compassionate, but stand your ground and don't be afraid to say, this isn't working for me. This is what I need. This is how I'm going to get it. And really believe in yourself and that the universe is going to provide for you, and that all you have to do is ask. Your spiritual team is always there for you. Your angels, your spirit guides, any teacher that you will ever speak to will always tell you that help is there when you need it. All you have to do is ask. So I'll go ahead and wrap up this now. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them either on the YouTube channel, or you can go to my website. I'll also post this in a blog on my website as well, so you can post any of those places. You can contact me on my website or via email, which is also available on my website. So with that, I bid you farewell, and I wish you the best blessings, love, and light. Thank you.